First question is coming from Stotts.
Hello, Coach. You hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I would like to ask you, what type of challenge is the tomorrow's game for you as a team against the Warriors, and how important is to carry on the pace of last night's game?
Well, as I said before, we want to be able to finish this homestand, go into the All-Star break with with a winning streak would be nice. Golden State's is a good team. I mean, Steph is playing at a great level. Draymond's playing at a great level. Louis Oubre, Kelly Oubre. Louis Oubre was a football player at Oklahoma. Kelly Oubre is kind of rounding into shape as well. So, they present a lot of problems. But as far as your question, we need to, it is important that we continue to build on our win last night.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear me all right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Next question is coming from
Hey, Coach. With Nasir, we've talked about his growth, but we didn't talk about him too much last night. So after last night's game and just over this season, what have you seen from him, and what have you liked about how he's matured?
I think the most obvious thing is how much he's improved his shooting. He's spent a lot of time working on it. It was one of his perceived weaknesses coming out of the draft was that he wasn't a great shooter, but he's worked very hard to become a better shooter, and it's showing in the games. He still has a lot of room to grow from an experience standpoint, particularly at the defensive end, where I think he has good ability, but he needs some experience in certain situations. But, like a lot of our guys that we've had here, he's worked hard, and he's ready to make the next step.
Coach, you guys are 9-9 against Western teams, 10-5 against the East. I know a win's a win, but do you feel like you guys have to really start racking up some wins against the West to help your case in the standings, which are going to be extremely tight all season?
We got to get wins where we can get them. I really don't care East versus West. Tomorrow night, next two nights, Golden State and SAC, you play who's on your schedule, and that's the most important thing. So, I want to win tomorrow. I want to win against Sacramento, and there happens to be Western Conference teams.
But doesn't the conference record at some point catch up to you in the standings with the balance of who you're competing against?
At some point, I don't, you look at head to head, like tomorrow, it could be it's a tiebreaker game for Golden State. We've split the first two games, so it's a tiebreak game. That to me is probably carries a little more weight necessarily than your conference standings.
Okay.
Coach, about the young guys, players like Anferni, like Nasir Little, what it means for you, their growth as a players on your team?
I didn't hear the two players that you mentioned.
Nasir Little and Anferni Simons.
Oh,
what it means for you, their growth?
Well, two different situations. Obviously, Anthony got a lot of chance to play last year, and that was good experience for him. And this is another year for him to add to his experience. And, as far as Nasir, I just mentioned, he's made good growth. He had a lot of, between his concussion and the episode he had in Orlando and then getting COVID, and, he's had to deal with some things that have kept him off the court, kept him off the practice court. So I think that put him a little bit behind, but he's showing now that, the work he's put in has paid off. I think we've had a lot of young players come through here and actually excel, either first round picks or second round picks. And, they've gone on to have good careers. And the key for them and Anthony, and you look at what Gary Trent's doing, but Anthony and Nasir are in the same boat where when they get their opportunities, it's important that they, that they continue to grow. All right. Thank you.